Hello students, good morning. In this video we will discuss chapter number 4, heat. And in this topic we will discuss some topics such as hot and cold objects. There are some objects which are cold and which are hot. Temperature, what is temperature and what are its effects? Thermometer, types of thermometer, and there are different ways of transfer of heat, which are conduction, convection and radiation. When we stand under the sun, we feel hot. Sun provides heat and light to the earth. Heat is responsible for the growth of all kinds of vegetation on the earth. When we supply heat to the ice to convert it into water, we increase the energy of molecules of ice. Similarly, when we supply heat to the water to convert it into steam, we increase the energy of the molecules of water. So we can say that when an object is heated, it gets warmer, and a warmer object has more energy than a colder object. So we can define heat as heat is a form of energy which can be transferred from a hotter object to a colder object. Our next topic is measuring temperature. If we touch a pan which is kept on a burning stove, it feels very hot. Then we can say that its temperature is very hot. So what is temperature? Temperature is a degree of hotness or coldness of an object. The instrument which is used for the measurement of temperature is known as thermometer. There are two types of thermometer: clinical and laboratory thermometer. First, we will discuss about clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is a thermometer which is used by a doctor or a nurse to measure the temperature of our body. The normal temperature of our body is 37 degrees Celsius in degree Celsius, whereas in degree Fahrenheit it is 98.6. It consists of a long glass tube and it has a bulb at one end. Thermometer has a bulb at one end. जो हमारी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर होता है वो 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस से ना तो नीचे जाता है और ना ही 42 डिग्री सेल्सियस से ऊपर जाता है. सो इसीलिए जो क्लिनिकल थर्मोमीटर होते हैं वो रीड कर पाते हैं, एक रेंज होती है इनकी फ्रॉम 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस टू 42 डिग्री सेल्सियस. इसी रेंज में ये अपना जो टेम्परेचर है उसको रीड कर पाते हैं, ना उससे कम ना उससे ज़्यादा. Our next type of thermometer is laboratory thermometer. The laboratory thermometer is used in the labs to measure the readings. This is a diagram of laboratory thermometer. In lab we use laboratory thermometer to take temperature reading. This is a liquid in glass thermometer. This uses the expansion of liquid to take reading accurately. अब जैसे कि हमने कहा कि दिस इज अ लिक्विड इन ग्लास थर्मोमीटर, तो इसके अंदर एक कोई ना कोई लिक्विड भी जरूर भरा जाएगा और इसके अंदर जो लिक्विड होता है वो होता है मर्क्यूरी. मर्क्यूरी इज अ लिक्विड यूज्ड इन दिस लैबोरेटरी थर्मोमीटर. अब आपके माइंड में क्वेश्चन जरूर आएगा कि इस थर्मोमीटर में केवल और केवल मर्क्यूरी को ही क्यों चूज किया गया है, मर्क्यूरी को ही क्यों यूज किया जाता है, मर्क्यूरी के अलावा और कोई लिक्विड क्यों यूज नहीं किया जाता. इसके तीन कारण हैं. देयर आर 3 रीजंस why we use mercury in laboratory thermometer. These reasons are: number 1, mercury expands evenly when temperature rises. Number 2, it does not stick to the glass. जब ग्लास पे स्टिक नहीं करेगा तो ये इवनली एक्सपेंड होगा जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा. एंड नंबर 3 इज इट इज अ गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट. मैं फिर से एक बार रिपीट करता हूँ कि किन तीन कारणों से हम मर्क्यूरी को यूज करते हैं. नंबर 1, it expands evenly when temperature rises. Number 2, it does not stick to the glass. And number 3, mercury is a good conductor of heat. So our new topic is transfer of heat. There are 3 types of transfer of heat, or we can say that there are 3 ways of transfer of heat: conduction, convection and radiation. Conduction, the transfer of heat from a hotter part of a material to its colder part without the movement of a material as a whole is known as conduction. The transfer of heat in solids is only possible through conduction. In conduction, flow of heat takes place from a place of higher temperature to lower temperature. It requires a medium for the flow of heat. In solids, the heat can be transferred only through the process of conduction. There are two types of conductors, good conductors and bad conductors. Good conductors. The materials which allow the flow of heat easily are known as good conductors. For example, steel and copper. Steel and copper are the good conductors of heat. The materials which do not allow the flow of heat easily are known as bad conductors. For example, air, water, plastic. These are some examples of bad conductors. The next way of transfer of heat is convection. The transfer of heat through a fluid from a place of higher temperature to a place of lower temperature by the movement of fluid itself is called convection. Now there are two phenomena which are based on the convection: sea breeze and land breeze. We will discuss one by one. First of all, we will discuss about sea breeze. What is sea breeze? During the day, the land heat up faster than the sea. The hot air above the land rises up and the cooler air from the sea takes its place. The warm air above the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. This produces the cool breezes from the sea to the land, which is known as sea breeze. Land breeze. At night, opposite happens. The land cools faster than the sea. The warm air above the sea rises, so the cool air from the land moves towards the sea, producing a land breeze. The next way of transfer of heat is radiation. The process of transfer of heat passes directly from one body to other without involving the particles of the medium is known as radiation. The heat of sun reaches us through the space where there is no medium. It is possible only because of radiation. The last topic of our chapter is vacuum or thermal flask. Vacuum flask keeps hot liquid hot and cold liquid cold. It does this by stopping or reducing the transfer of heat by conduction, convection and radiation. It is made up of double glass walls. Or we can say that it is a double walled glass bottle. But in the space between the two walls, both the pieces of glass are coated with shiny silvering. Shiny surfaces are the poor conductors of heat. That's why it is coated with shiny silvering. Air is pumped out so that vacuum is formed. Vacuum is formed to reduce the loss of heat by convection current. The stopper at the top, जो ये स्टॉपर इस जगह होता है, ये प्रिवेंट्स करता है द लॉस ऑफ हीट बाय कन्वेक्शन करंट. थैंक यू.